During the last few years, we've ventured into a lot of different fields, and we've had the opportunity to meet and work with a lot of wonderful people. I only hope that we never lose sight of one thing, that it was all started by a mouse.
Congratulations, Mr. Mickey Mouse. Congratulations to you.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Walt Daily. This is episode 56, and for those that don't know us by now, we're a Disney couple. One of us is a Disney fanatic, and one of us is Disney challenged. But somehow we've made a way to make this relationship work.
Yes. 56.
Yes.
It sounded like you struggled saying it.
I almost said 36 for some reason. 56 sounds like a lot.
Yeah, well, wait till we get to 156.
I know, it's going to be wild. Who knows?
How's it going?
Good. I've been traveling a lot, but I'm back home finally, and it's hot.
Yes.
I was in Rhode Island. It was super. The weather was nice.
I didn't even ask you about the weather.
I know, you don't even care.
First of all, whenever he was available to talk, I was in bed.
Yeah, that's true. It's crazy times. But
yes.
Anyhow, headlines.
Okay, first headline. And you actually brought this up to me, so I know that you have heard of it or heard about it. There was a power outage at Hollywood Studios the other night.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
Can you imagine?
And it said it was massive. Like the thing I read it said massive.
Yes.
Like it wasn't like one store.
No, it wasn't one store that actually nobody goes into.
Yeah.
But it was like several, like more than several. It was basically almost all of the rides that were shut down. And I heard conflicting reports. So some say it was because of a power outage. Others say it was because of a cooling problem. Mm-hmm. But the funniest thing that I saw when I was reading through some of the reports is that the Toy Story Land rides, they have just default on My Disney Experience, which is the app for Disney. It says now open because it's like, oh, now open. But it also said temporarily closed on the bottom because of all the power outages.
I wonder if it had something to do with Toy Story.
You think it's just too much fun?
Like the Slinky dog, like closed the whole thing down.
The Slinky.
It's like,
don't blame this on Slinky.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I mean, you figure a whole new section of the park opened 2 weeks ago. You think it's just a coincidence?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Well, I will say that Disney did make it right for, I was about to say patients, for their guests. And Disney made it right for their guests because anybody who was there who, let's say, didn't have a park hopper, because this power outage lasted several hours. Mm-hmm. Where people couldn't go on rides. So if their guests didn't have a park hopper, let's say, they couldn't go to Magic Kingdom with their current ticket, they opened it up so that they could go to Magic Kingdom free of charge.
Yeah. And
didn't have to stay at Hollywood Studios, and they offered fast passes as well that guests could use.
Nice.
So Disney made it right despite the situation. I'm sure there was a lot of frustrations though, but I mean, it happens, I guess. I would be upset. If I had a fast pass for Slinky Dog, and I wasn't one of those people to get a fast pass for it, I would have probably been upset.
That's crazy.
But what can you do? Well, it happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Next headline. Iridescent treats have invaded Walt Disney World.
Okay.
Do you know what iridescent... Okay. So iridescent is like shiny, rainbow, reflective colors.
Okay.
So it's not just one color. It's more like a scheme of colors that's also reflective and sparkly.
Okay.
And it got me thinking, like, originally there was the rose gold craze. Everything was rose gold. Ears.
Your shirt has some rose gold on it, I think.
No, that's just regular gold.
Oh.
You need new glasses.
My glasses are fine.
I guess it could be rose gold in the right light. Anyways, so then there was the millennial pink craze. Now it's iridescent. And oh my gosh, it's so funny the way this happens because first it starts with ears, then it starts with food, and now it's on to spirit jerseys. So there's also an iridescent spirit jersey that's available, which this got me on the bandwagon for iridescence. But anyways, so there's, in terms of the food, there's cupcakes, there's blondies, and it's available at resorts, it's available at parks. So if you're into sparkly purple blue things that you want to eat, you're in good luck, or you're in good hands.
Okay.
You're in good hands with Disney because they've got you covered. There's even at Animal Kingdom Lodge, this was the most interesting one, a rhino cupcake that was iridescent.
Okay. It's funny.
The last I checked, rhinos were brown or gray, but
Yeah.
but not
Like
in
a
Disney because they're
unicorn rhino.
magical. Yeah, that's actually kind of what it is. It's like if a unicorn decided to make all the treats and merchandise,
Yeah, I feel like, yeah.
this is what they would do.
Nice.
So there's obviously unicorn Imagineers.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Last headline. There is a closure at Magic Kingdom. Temporarily, Prince Charming Regal Carousel is closed until July 31st. This is not a crazy major headline, but the interesting thing that I wanted to bring up to you as my Disney Challenged partner is that this is the oldest ride in Magic Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's down for refurbishment.
Oh, wow.
What could be happening?
I wonder if they're fixing something or if they're improving something.
Do they kind of go hand in hand together?
Yeah, but there is a difference, I think. Like, if something broke, you're fixing it. But if you're just improving, everything was fine, and you're just making something better.
But why does the saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it? Like, I mean...
Well, that's like that you don't improve that, though. That's a term that's against improvement
So then
of things that are
must-
working.
So, but by that rationale, if something ain't broke, don't fix it. Like, if Disney followed that, then something
Nothing
broke.
would change. Yes, exactly. Then something broke. You're correct.
What do you think it was?
I don't know. I don't even know what the ride is. I can't tell.
It's a carousel.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Maybe
You've been on
maybe
it.
a horse stopped going up and down. Isn't that
Aw.
what happens?
Yeah, it goes.
Yeah. Maybe one broke.
Oh,
One
well.
horse was like. For that, they just leave that horse though.
You think they would put like a sack over the horse? Oh, that would look so bad though.
Yeah. No, I don't think they would do that.
It would look like a body bag.
Yeah, I don't think they would do that.
Not a body bag.
We
okay.
lost the whole spirit.
Spirit. We lost Fernando. Anywho, let's move on from headlines.
Yes.
Because today's topic is something that came to me in an Instagram post, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So I posted a picture of these awesome balloons that have the characters of Up, and are Up inspired, the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a balloon with lots of little balloons and a little house on it. That's the... Did you see Up?
No.
Okay. Let's start over.
I know the house and the balloon thing.
Yeah.
I've seen that. I think
Okay.
Elon Musk posted something about that before. That's how I knew about it. Because I
Okay.
actually thought it was like Elon Musk posted this, like, yo, this is what we're doing.
Okay.
And I thought it was real, but it was from Up.
Okay, well, let me just give you the short digest of it. So basically, there's an elderly man, and he's a widower, which means he lost his wife. Okay.
Thanks for clarifying that.
I can't
'cause-
I can't put anything past him.
Yeah, sometimes I won't know things like that.
Exactly. So, but he decides to go on this great adventure because that's what his wife would have wanted. And
That's depressing.
he was a balloon salesman before he retired, and so he had all these balloons that were inflated, and it literally took his house up
Okay.
and to his destination, on a great journey. It was
Gotcha.
more than just a singular destination. It was about the journey.
Okay.
So as most things are, right?
Okay.
So it got me thinking, like, what if a movie was overlaid on a ride and that happens all the time? And I'm gonna give away my first one because this
Well,
is
first tell them what it would.
oh, okay, yeah. So what existing rides could be themed with a movie?
Yes.
Yes.
So basically, what movie? This my interpretation is. What movie can you then apply and put onto a ride and turn the theming of that ride into the movie?
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. I kind of want you to go first, though.
I can go first.
I'm so interested to get into who went first last time? I think it was me.
You did.
Okay.
All right, so I'll go first.
Okay.
So the first one I will start with is fairly obvious in my opinion, but I think they should turn Fast Track,
Test track.
Test Track. I don't know why I call it Fast Track because it goes fast.
It's fast.
Test Track should be changed. It's funny because on my notes I put fast as a reminder.
code.
Anyway, Test Track should be turned into a Cars ride.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
That's such a
exactly.
good one. I mean, I didn't even think about that.
I know, 'cause I'm smart. And like the whole design process could be turned into like I mean, you could theme it, which is a way to even get NASCAR involved, right? If NASCAR were smart, they would jump in here and like you can do cars kind of mixed with NASCAR almost, and then people can design their things to look like NASCAR cars.
Yeah.
Stock cars is what they're called.
Yeah. Or, well, what would probably happen if it's actually cars themed, you'd pick, what do you want their eyes to be? Do you want them to have eyelashes?
Exactly.
This is what your car would look like.
Exactly. Be more person-like. Instead, because now it's like futuristic, but whereas they can kind of, and it'll be good for kids too.
Yeah. It's futuristic, but it still has a moral because they have that eco-friendly, like you can make your car eco-friendly or not and all that. So
yeah.
I feel like
they should just be like Tesla option, like Teslafy this.
Teslafy. Teslafy.
I'm going to ask Elon on Twitter if he's heard of that word before.
Teslafy.
I can't wait.
Wow. Well, let us know how that goes.
Yeah. He's super active on Twitter.
Okay. I feel like we're on episode 56. 25 episodes, Elon Musk has come up.
Yeah.
At least.
That's true.
Wow. I mean, to me personally, I'm not like the biggest Cars fan. You like cars in general, just like the actual vehicles. But I think it would be super fun to have like some Lightning McQueen talking to you while you're designing your car.
Yeah.
And say like, oh, that's a good choice, or whatever he would say. And yeah, I like it.
Cool.
So cool.
All right, what's yours?
Okay, so this was spawning off of what the original inspiration for this episode is taking Soren and putting up into it.
Okay.
Did you see that one coming, or you still didn't see that coming?
No.
Okay, good. Okay, good. Because so much of Soren, especially the current version, which is Soren Around the World, has adventures, and you're going to all these amazing places that we can only dream to go to. And I feel like that's like the perfect scenario for hopping into your house and letting go some balloons and just flying across the world with your balloon house.
You should be handed a balloon as you enter, and you have to let it go. As it goes off, like let the balloon go.
And then after each
and then
ride,
like in the thing, it'd be like you'll see balloons, and then you in your thing going. I could be an Imagineer.
Yeah, you could. So, question for you then: when do they clean up these balloons?
They recycle, and then the ones that still have helium will go to the next person in line. They kind of grab it, but maybe with drone.
So if you don't grab
and
it,
you
though.
grab it all.
Oh, okay.
And then you take it.
Okay.
If you were watching this YouTube video right now, you would have just seen a bunch of movement from me.
Yeah.
Describing how this drone.
He opened his arms wide as the drone would, and together.
This balloon capturing drone.
You know what? I love where you're going with that.
Okay.
But I feel like the load time would be a lot longer. Like there would be a lot longer wait time because it takes so much longer to get everybody an individual balloon.
No, but it'll be like it'll be, 2 sets. So it's like the balloon grabbing is happening as like someone else is already getting a balloon type of thing.
All right.
So it's like a circle.
Okay. We're getting off topic.
All right.
Or we're going too much into the topic.
Yes.
I don't know which one it is. But I feel like a lot of people, what they think of when they think of the movie Up is they always say adventure is out there. And if you were to put that on top of Soren, the theme fits perfectly with what Soren does. So
Cool.
That was my first one.
Nice.
What's your
All
second
right.
one?
Because I have it in code because I don't want you to read it. So my next one is to take the safari. What is it called?
Kilimanjaro Safari.
Kilimanjaro Safari and Lion King theme it.
Oh, I like it.
And my thoughts is not to just Lion King theme it, but it would be Lion King at night themed. So it would be dark, right? So like because I think that's when the animals go eat, right? I don't know when they eat. Anyway, whenever they eat, I'm assuming it's at nighttime that the animals go eat. You can do like a secret party that's Lion King themed. And then like in the like thing is people with lights, but like they're the Lion King animals.
Okay. Where would the wait, so like projection? You
No,
mean
no,
like a projection
people.
show?
Well, it could be projection show. I guess that would make sense so people don't get risked to animals. So yeah,
Like a
good idea.
Creeping, like an actual lion.
Like an actual lion coming out and killing somebody during the show. Yeah, I get
so
that.
So dark.
But yeah, I think good idea. So like light projections or something. And it would be Lion King themed.
That's really interesting.
As you go along and
Yeah. I like it. But you know what? Like the only thing is, and I know this is just a fantasy, because, obviously. But I wonder what the animals would do with all these projections.
They're eating. They're not there. That's why I said like when they're like eating and stuff.
So instead of going to see actual live animals, you're going to see like a nighttime show.
Yeah, it'd be a special time show.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
In Animal Kingdom, there are no fireworks. So it would just be the projections.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Well, I could see that coming from you, especially with the projections, even though that was technically like my add-on, because you love the projection shows, especially ones on the castle.
Yes, I do. That's correct.
Yeah.
And like I remember now the Star Wars thing was really cool. That had fireworks too, but.
Oh, the Galactic Spectacular at night? Yeah.
Yeah, that was
definitely.
nice.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
Richie lit up.
Yeah. What's your next one?
Approved. Okay. My next one is going to be... Now I can't remember if you saw this movie or not, but my next one is going to be an overlay on Mission Space with WallE.
I haven't really seen the full movie.
Okay.
Which is probably one of my highest rated movies that I want to see. Only because I feel like it's a representation of Walt Disney himself.
For the record, I do watch these movies at home when Richie is at home. However, he is like nowhere to be found. And we have a small house, and I'm on the couch, and it's like, I'm halfway into Moana. Where are you?
Working.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
He's mostly listening to Lil Wayne and Drake.
Yes.
Anyways, so do you know the basic premise of WallE?
Let's assume I do.
Okay. Well, a good portion of it takes place on this mobile city. Like it kind of looks like a cruise ship. So this mobile city, and you're you see it in space, and then WallE and Eve go dancing in space when they have like a moment, and they like have a little spark in between them. But I think that I borderline think that if you put WallE into Mission Space, you would get more people to ride Mission Space, because a lot of people don't ride it because it makes them so uncomfortable. Because it's intense, it's super intense. Oh my gosh. And then going out into space and coming back to Earth, like at the very end of the spoiler alert. They go back to Earth at the end. I'm sorry. I just ruined it for Richie. It's okay. I'm holding him really tight. So, but I think that all the motions that you go through in Mission Space, which is going to Mars and then returning to Earth, I feel like you could do that with an overlay of WallE, and it would just be super fun. Because WallE is almost one of those unappreciated movies. Like, there's basically no dialogue in the movie, and yet it is instantaneously like a classic.
Yeah.
That's
really interesting, actually.
Like, there's hardly any dialogue. I mean, there's some, of course, because there's humans, but it's really, really interesting. So I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Although, my other idea, and this is when I was just kind of brainstorming about like, what are some of my favorite movies? What would I like to see? Not Disney, but Spaceballs would also be a great overlay for Mission Space. Can you imagine? We've gone to Plaid, and it's like, me.
Yeah, but that's not Disney. Okay.
That's what I said. I already said that. I know that.
Okay.
But I'm just saying,
you can just throw random cool movies out there that you're in love with.
So you think it's cool?
To you.
To us.
To you.
We saw it on like our second date.
I know.
I made you watch it.
That's true.
But anyways.
Yeah.
All right. That's my third one. Or second one. What's your third?
So my third one is so it was inspired by you, actually. I think we kind of talked about this.
Thanks.
But you said it at some point, and I think it was just I was going to use it as my own, and it was turning the Haunted Mansion into Coco themed.
Oh, did I say that?
Yes.
Oh.
So, I didn't really think through the design of it, but Coco, if you don't know, has a lot to do with like death and scary stuff, technically. Although they make it really nice, for being that it's involving death. And Haunted Mansion is, involving death and scary stuff. And I know people are really enjoying the like nostalgia of like the Haunted Mansion, but I think theming it Coco would be dope. Yeah,
it's interesting that you bring up nostalgia, because probably the hardest rides to retheme on Disney's part, the ones that they would get the most backlash on, is something like Haunted Mansion.
But they can do what they do at in Tokyo, where they have the Christmas version of it. And like, I guess,
with The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So they can do like a Coco one at like, December or whenever.
They also do it in Disneyland, actually.
Oh, okay.
With The Nightmare Before Christmas, yeah.
Oh, it's the same thing?
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know if it's the exact same, because I haven't been on the one in Disneyland, but...
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Did not know that.
You know what? Another, gosh, I'm glad you saved this one for last because this one's really, really interesting. If you put Coco in the Haunted Mansion, the Haunted Mansion is already really dark, gray, black, and purple are its primary color themes.
Yeah.
But Coco is colorful.
Yeah.
Rainbow, there's orange, blue, pink, tons of colors. Like that would be an interesting sight to see.
You could even integrate it. So it's like you could even do it where like, some off story where like Coco was off somewhere and at some point ran in through the Haunted Mansion. So like nothing would change.
Okay, but Coco is like the old lady.
Yeah. Well,
You're talking about Miguel?
I'm talking about the dude. Yeah.
Okay, Miguel.
I don't know the guy's name. Miguel. Okay, let's call him Miguel. So Miguel. So
okay, let's.
Yeah. Let's assume his name is actually Miguel. So this little kid, but imagine like regular Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
Like nothing changed, and all of a sudden you just see him like creeping behind like a chair or something.
That would freak me out.
And then,
Especially because you know how in the movie he already starts to turn into like a skeleton, like if he was actually already a skeleton and he like peeks his head out.
Yeah,
Oh my
they should
gosh.
do that. I mean, that's easy to do. Like come on, how hard is that, Disney?
Easy.
Yeah,
I mean-
for Disney. Now, I can't go in and do it, but I'm saying like for Disney to say, all right, guys,
Let me hang this here.
you're gonna incorporate, Miguel into this scene here.
Yeah.
Like maybe in the living room when the people are dancing, he could just be like, "What the hell's going on here?"
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
he wandered and then like he just scattles off.
Yeah. Like scared.
Yeah,
I would miss all the colors though. Like I feel like you can't
but you
have.
never had it because it's Haunted Mansion.
I feel like you can't have a Coco. Yeah, I know, but
It's just greedy. It's just being greedy.
no. There's so many scenes that have to be dark in the Haunted Mansion.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to be colorful. He could
Okay.
be the same color like of the theming and stuff. It just everyone will know, oh my God, it's Miguel. He's here.
You know what though? I will say, as a Disney nostalgic, okay, maybe not year round, but maybe a 1 month type of thing.
Yeah,
That would be fine.
I said that.
Yeah, I know you said that, but I'm just reinstating it for
Okay.
myself because I'm traumatized that you're even putting this out there.
Yeah, all right.
But it's a good idea.
Well, what's your third one?
Okay. My third one, my last one, and this is like, I love the way Rock and Roller Coaster is. I love Aerosmith. I love the music. It's awesome. It's super fun. But what if you had Tangled overlay on it? Do you know what Tangled is? The movie with Rapunzel.
I mean, I know what it is. I've never seen it.
Okay, so you know how Rapunzel has long, blonde, magical hair?
Mm-hmm.
What if the roller coaster, the tracks were actually Rapunzel's hair?
Oh, that'd be cool.
And you're literally going through all these things that, like all the adventures that her and Flynn Rider go on,
Yeah.
but on the roller coaster. And I feel like the way you see in the movie, at least, where she swings on her hair and she uses it like a tool, I feel like we could do that with her hair on the roller coaster.
You know how you do that
How?
without having to change anything?
How?
VR.
Oh, that's true.
How cool, right? That would be, oh my God. And you can decide. And you're like, what do you want? Do you want to do, oh my God, it's crazy because with VR, people can like actually decide how they want to experience a ride. That's
Yeah.
going to get crazy.
So I could put Up in Soarin'.
Yeah.
Wow. Mind blown. That's pretty
Damn,
crazy.
that's actually pretty insane. You know what's crazy? You don't even have to be, like, you borderline don't even have to be like a Disney, like, it doesn't even have to be a Disney, like, made thing. Like, someone now can go put an app and time it specifically for a ride, and you can go in and wear whatever you want to wear.
Well, everything would be like controlled by the outside. Like you pass a certain point on the track, and it's like, oh, this, it's starting.
Yeah, well, I was just saying, like, well, that would have to involve Disney. But I was saying if
I
like
see what you mean.
someone didn't even if someone wanted just like some developer right now, I just want to say I'm gonna go and I'm gonna like go through a ride, I'm gonna record it, and I'm gonna specifically take this exact ride and make it into a VR thing. Someone could just put on a headset,
Yeah.
and it could be the video of the VR experience, and then you could just design whatever you want based off of what you recorded.
Oh my gosh.
That'd be insane. I'm gonna recommend that to my developer friends.
Tell them about our episode. Tell them to listen to our podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, so just in
That's
regards to
smart.
my last one, like the only problem I foresee and that I don't see on the other ones that were my like ideas was that Rock and Roller Coaster is only like a minute long. So to get all the story and theming of Tangled into, because that's what they try to do. Like you look at rides that already have a movie on them, it's like almost the whole story. And like you have the conflict, you have the intro, the conflict, and then the happy ending.
That's all through the queue usually. Because there's nothing else inside there, really.
I disagree.
Is there stuff during the roller coaster?
Oh, I'm not talking about the roller coaster specifically. But rides now that already have for the most part, that have a movie on them, like Frozen, for instance, or...
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
I thought
we were talking about the roller coaster.
Yeah, well, or Little Mermaid and Magic Kingdom, like they have that story, that conflict, the happy ending, hopefully. They're all happy, of course. But it'd be hard to put that into a roller coaster that's only a minute long. Unless it's literally
but
just
you would
like...
just do the same thing that they did with the Aerosmith and everything. Like everything's in the queue. Like the whole storyline, like you figure out what's going on as you're in the queue, and then the whole thing is you get into a car and then you take off.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's true. So where do you find the conflict? Right when you take off, like in the zoom.
Well, the conflict would just be we're at the top of her head. We need to get down, and that's when you get into the queue, and then like
maybe you can be shrunk down. This is not a part of the movie, but maybe you can be shrunk down so you could be on top of her head.
Sure.
Anyways.
And then yeah, but
this is going too far. Can I just put my honorable mention
on
there, please? Just
no
one?
honorable mentions.
Just one.
All right, go.
Okay. My last one is Kali River Rapids, which is the raft ride in Animal Kingdom. It's a water ride, so you haven't been on it. Like it's like a traditional raft ride where it's like a circle and you're like going up and down like rapids. Mm-hmm. But if you put Moana in there and she's trying to get out to see how far she'll go in the ocean and she goes on an adventure, and the rapids are the ocean. That's all. Okay. That's it. I'm done. That's my honorable mention.
I mean, you might as well just like not even have these top 3 things. Like just put top 3 and the 4th.
First of all, I didn't even go into super detail. That was like 3.25.
Yeah. Well.
Which, yeah, you went on long about yours. So.
Anywho, if any Imagineers are stealing our ideas and creating these rides and stuff, I want royalties, Disney.
Because they're on board with your
my VR ideas.
Your VR ideas.
And putting if I freaking see a little Miguel run through Haunted Mansion, I'm gonna lose my what? Because no one probably would ever thought of that except for me and you, because you mentioned it.
Oh, I'm sure that people have thought about it.
Maybe.
Okay. Anyways.
So, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you probably will ride some of these rides again and never look at them the same because you heard these ideas and think it's better. But
or with appreciation because you think like, whoa, at least it's not that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it can go either way, I guess. And if you are listening, we'd appreciate you to subscribe. Let us know what you think. Leave us a rating. Follow us on your favorite social media platforms at the Walt Daily, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Medium, all that good stuff. And don't forget to check out our flash briefing. It's super well produced. I'm pretty sure Disney and Amazon's going to pick up on it at some point and say, wow, this is super well produced, and give us a recognition eventually. But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, thank you everyone so much for listening. Let us know what your ideas, if you've thought about this topic before and just haven't had the time to express it. We would love to hear it. So again, thank you for listening. We hope you have a very magical day and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.